I work calves every leg day. That was 40 reps. 40 reps at 85. I did 30 reps at 105, 20 reps at 125, 10 reps at 145, and I gotta do 50 more reps at 65 down there. Okay, so last set of calves. Then I gotta move on to arm. It's 11:15, maybe a little bit of delts too. I showed you guys the other day the front press on the calf raise machine. I'll probably bang out maybe 50 reps, under 50 reps, something around there. Something high rep for shoulders as well. Back, I gotta finish arms in the next 45 minutes so I can catch the subway home. And then I'll do my biking at home. That way I don't have to pay for a taxi. So maybe back will just be horizontal pulls today. So that'll be a quick three-hour workout. All right, just did my 65 for 10, 55 for 20, 45 for 30, 35 for 40, and about to do 25 for 50. Obviously, I'm not doing consecutive reps. Just hitting rest, pause, but trying to get 50 total. I'm doing set to 10 right now, generally. More to go. Let's look at how the pump's going right now. Decent. Health is good. Need to hit rear tomorrow. Tomorrow's my upper day again. And that's how long of a rest I'll take. Maybe a little bit shorter usually.
Oh, is it what do you see as you twist the tiles beneath our feet?
Good for low carbs. Still pretty full. Alright, that was just my quick delt routine. It is leg day. So, finished up calves, did my quads, hamstrings, did the accessory hip adduction, hip adductor. You guys saw that. And about to kill arms. Got about 35 minutes to do arms, and I'll do one horizontal exercise that I do. It's seated cable pull, but it's kind of like a good morning slash deadlift on the cables, and I'll show you guys that because I'm only going to do one set, and I decided to do all my vertical pulling and then just light horizontal. I'll do heavy horizontal tomorrow and light vertical because my back usually stays sore for a while. So this horizontal pull we'll hit low lats today, and I'll go for rhomboids, traps, and width tomorrow. And just get a nice chest pump, because chest has been fully pumped the past 2 or 3 days. Alright, it's time to go. Only got 35 minutes, gotta hurry. Where's that button? Are in the wrong spot. Alright, I'm gonna bang out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, going from 50, 45, 40, 35, 30s, 25s. I'll film the 100 reps at 25 again. So here we go, doing some more hammer curls. I know you guys love watching these, so I figured let's just show the whole set. As you can see, I'm gonna do a ton. I do tons and tons of hammer curls. And one reason is that I don't fatigue very easily. I'm also not doing extremely strict movement. There's two types of hammer curls you could do. You could do across the body, which I really like. It gets a little bit of pec, a little bit of front delt in there. The more you bring the weight up top. And you can just go straight out in front of you and do hammer curls like that, with it just straight up touching your same delt. Now if you're doing the crossover, you're going to be reaching towards your other delt. Just make sure not to smack yourself in the face, which I've done plenty of times. It's interesting because I'm significantly stronger than this with this exercise than I am compared to a strict curl. And I tend to default to this more often than I would a strict curl, probably because of that. So I have decent development in my brachioradialis, my biceps brachii, and brachialis. As you can see, I'll throw up a little picture here, some anatomy chart. And I prefer developing those muscles because they give you that nice thick forearm. You get a little bit more power in your back double bicep and get that sweet arm pump going. Now, a lot of people have asked me, how do you get big arms? What do you do? I literally just do hundreds and hundreds of reps of curls and push downs and various other exercises. Now, one thing I like to emphasize is if you're not feeling a pump, you're not working the muscle. So if you're doing like 3 sets of 10 and then moving to the next exercise, you're just kind of wasting your time. Stick to one exercise, fully max it out, go to failure. It's just arms. It's not like they're going to take forever to work to heal again. You know, the recovery rate on arms shouldn't be too long, so it's not like you can't walk or anything. Blast your arms. Do it every other day. And keep the volume very high. Do high reps with lower weight and do moderate reps with as heavy as you can go. Make sure you're doing progressive overload and make sure you're trying new exercises. See what actually gives you a good pump. You know, there's so many different variations on arm movements. The main thing that I recommend if you want to get big guns is consistency. Consistency and maintaining an exercise that you feel really works your arms. Now, if you try something once, there's no reason to keep doing new things all the time. You know, every once in a while it's good to add in some new work, but for the most part, you can stick to what you've known and just max those out. There's a reason that just strict curls have been around for, you know, the past couple decades. They're a great movement. Same with push downs. So just try what works for you. If you feel the pump, you got it. stick with the pump, as you can see that I do. I know you guys have never seen this before, and it looks pretty bizarre. I'm calling it a cable-seated back extension / good morning. Now the difference between this and a good morning is that there's no hip extension, so it's pretty much just a back extension. But as you can see, I am arching back as I'm pulling, and I find that this really fries my erectors, and my low lat hang gets real pumped from doing this. So some cues I'd like to point out are that I'm using an extremely wide grip bar. This is the widest one I could find in the gym. I'm pulling out at the same time that I'm trying to keep my arms as straight as possible, as well as retract my scapula and keep my back as stiff as possible as well. And by doing all these things together, I find that the back contraction is extremely tight, almost a little bit painful, not in a spinal kind of way, but in a muscular way. The contraction is just outrageous. And after doing a ton of these, the pump on your lower lats gets ridiculously full. And I think anyone, and almost everyone, is trying to find a way to build up that low lat hang. I know when I first started out, I had more of like just parallel bars for lats. There was nothing, no taper at all. Then I started giving a taper, but it was mostly just a V shape in the back. And I really wanted that Kai Green W-shaped lat where it's so thick at the bottom. And it wasn't until I started doing movements like this with extreme arches and leaning back into my movements when I did pulls that I really felt the low lats. So this is a way that I have found to try and isolate that area. Now, I do not recommend this if you have any kind of back problems. This could probably be pretty bad for anyone with extension issues. So if you do have back problems, stay away from this. I'm totally fine. I've had some flexion issues before, but never extension. And the pump is outrageous. Like I said, you guys gotta try it. Leave me a comment below and hit subscribe if you like it.